Alright, this is our Polaris 9550 Sport. Polaris 9550 Sport. And it's been thrown a 10 code, which I think one of the indicators is the control cable. And our control cable, this thing is like a decade old now, but you can see it's quite in poor shape. It's pulled out of its stuff, so now I need to replace it, and I've got a newer model control cord, new, but it's a new like NOS, although it's not old stock. It's new, an unused new unit, but I didn't get it from a dealer. But it has the swivel, so it's supposed to be, you know, alleviate all this twisting and crap that this one just gets so tangled up. In part, that's what's caused it to fail. But looking at this to try to figure out how to change the cable, because I haven't looked at anything online or otherwise, I'm noticing a few things about the unit. One is this paddle is just totally loose, as you can see. These things are very wobbly. I don't know if that's the way it should be or not, so I don't know. I'll put this new cable on and see what happens. If it gets us through another couple, cleans up the pool, gets us through another couple of weeks, that's awesome, because then the pool's getting closed. But I got to figure out how to deal with this thing, and so I guess that's what I'll do, is figure out how to deal with this thing. Okay, I took this cover off. I don't know why, but if I recall right, because I had replaced this motor and stuff before, I think that for some reason or another you need to take that cover off with whatever you're doing down below. So that's what I did. And I think I'm gonna have to wind up doing a few other things as well to look at whatever's going on with these things. But let's take a look. So I took that cover off, set it down over there. I'll take these guys out. Should get a bigger screwdriver for these guys. I'll get just a little bit bigger of a Phillips. A wee bit bigger. Not that big. That big. That's perfect, I think. That's perfect, I think. Alright. So I'm going to take these 4 off, and then we'll go from there. I removed those screws, but I also removed that whole shroud, because this wasn't coming out very well. Hopefully there's that other screw. Thank you very much. Now let's see what we get here. 4 screws, that shroud. Now, you know what? Look there. That fan. That's got to come out, because I don't think this is going to come out without that coming off. personally. So I can... I think that thing's going to have to come off of there too. In fact, I know it is. I see it hitting it. Alright, let's flip it back over. This is how things go for me. I just kind of do on the fly. Do that. I don't know how you do that. Give me a second here. I gotta figure out something here with this fan motor. Okay, so the little prop is just pushed onto that shaft. It's, you know, it's got kind of a flat keyway on it. So that did that. So you need to take all of this stuff off. Those screws. And then I think the bottom comes on. As simple as that. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so let's see what's going on with this thing. Well, there's a couple of screws on it as well. But those are smaller guys, so let's go back to this. Oh man. Shit, I don't want to strip those. They're just kind of a squared off Phillips. Alright, so I'll take this out and be right back. So I'm having to kind of pry this bugger off of there because it did not want to come off of there. So, okay. There we go. So that is a 3-pronger. And what is the cord on the new one? It is a 3-pronger, and it does have screws. Okay, so that's good. So that should mate back up. Now, how do we get... Let's see how we get this. God bless it. Get this out of there from up here. So let me take a look at that part of it. All right, I'm taking this, hopefully bifurcating the, I don't know, this inner component from the chassis. There's 4 screws. 2 of them are inset, and 2 of them you see are on the bottom there. But I hope this does it, because that cable or cord is, control cord is, you know, kind of tucked up from the front. I think it snakes back through here is my best thought. I did wind up at this point. I looked at a couple of things, and this seems to be kind of what the consensus is. I don't know if you can see this. But the cord is right down there. So I'm almost wondering if I can't... this is not going to come out there. What's on that end? That doohickey. Could dismantle the cord and get it out. I'm having a hard time getting this off of there. I think these handle screws have to come off, is what I think. So, So the screws on the handle did have to come off. Like I was saying, they did have to come off, and I had to use a few different things to get at them because it's just pretty tight spacing to get at those screws under the handle. So, but there's the cord in all of its glory. kind of just ran through here. There it is. Cord be gone. Suppose I could have tried to repair the cord down here, but that thing's just been a pain in the ass, so. So now, I'm just going to get this weaved in there for right now. So I can look at the other spots that might need attention. These wheels and things and such. So I got this thing pretty much $300 delivered, which is probably a minimum of $100 less than what I could have bought one, you know, from a store. That addresses that. So now I want to look at a couple of other things here. It's Polaris time. I got my parts. And this is the second batch of these. The first ones, both of them almost identical, were broke across here. Chip was off and it was in the bag. All they did is put them in a very poorly padded, bubble padded envelope, if you will, and it wasn't very well bubble padded at that, and both of them were broke almost identically. So I got those. Here, hold on, so I don't have to keep holding with one hand here. I got all kinds of other stuff as well. This is like I'm not sure what you call these. I just saw what they're doing. Wheel bushings. This is the centerpiece that goes in between those in case I bugger mine up, because I don't think it's going to come out so easily. So hose fitting for the hydrants, wheel bushing. Oh, I got 4 of those, I think, because front and rear. And there's this. There's these guys. These are the there they are. And then I got something else. And some gears. Alright, well, let me get situated here. Alright. I got one wheel off. Kind of figured it out. Just like I said before, I kind of don't like just forcefully doing things if I've never done something before, because usually I do that, I wind up breaking it and then finding out that I was doing it wrong, and there was some much more simplistic means to do what I was dealing with. But in this case, I got the wheel off, and and it was just a little bit of force. Had to push this tab in and then just kind of mush it in, mush this out. But I'm looking at the parts I got here. Kind of seeing the replacement stuff seems to be a bit lighter. Seems to be a bit lighter. Quite an eighth. It's almost like 3/30 seconds. Seems to be thicker. That side is not, but that side is. Maybe not. This side, one side is just a hair bit. Yeah, maybe you can see where this is worn a little bit. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, that makes me feel better. The used part is worn a bit. It's worn down noticeably on this side. Okay, so makes it seem like maybe it was a good thing that I got new ones. Alright, so my next, so I see how those come off, so I got that for now. Maybe I'll take this one off too, so I don't have to deal with it being a roly-poly wheel. That's the new. That's the old. Oh yeah, quite a bit of slop. Quite a bit of slop. Okay. Well, hopefully these will help alleviate some of that slop. We'll see. What did I do with my awesome utensil that I used to get the wheel off? Man, that other one came out. There we go. Viola. Yeah. All right. So we got the wheels off. Oh, there's that other utensil right there in front of my eyes. All right, so now we have that off. These gears were not looking well over here on this one. And I guess I should have got new gears. Screw that way, so is there a screw? Aha! That's on the gear. Got it. You aren't fooling me, Monsieur Philippe. You shall soon be mine, Monsieur Philippe Screw. This thing looks like it was used and abused. Yeah, it looks like I'm missing another piece here. A little bit of difference. Broken, that is. I'm not saying different in the aspect of it being a different configured part and form. It just looks like it's different in it's broke. Alright, I got that piece back out of there, but you can see this side and this side are totally different. This thing was getting worn, and I probably should have bought a couple of extra bushings for this side, but I think some of that might have had to do with this thing being broke too. So hopefully this won't be as crazy bad as it was. Maybe this, what I'm doing, will be an improvement. We'll see here. Okay. Thinking there's supposed to be another bushing in here. That went onto here. And that has been broken. Right? I'm thinking there should be a bushing like this. That goes in here. That this fits on like this. That's what I'm thinking. Shit, that's kind of critical to what I was doing here. Yeah, because I think then that's what these pieces were. I think those are that bushing that got worn down. God bless it. I gotta look at a schematic for this thing. Yeah, see, I think this. I think those wheels are different. So I might as well just put this one back where it came from. I was going to think, well, swap these out. Swap this goofied up one for like one up over on this other side, but they look to be different wheels. So about all I could do is take this one and flip it over to that side, and I'm not so sure it's worth it, so I could do it though. I could do it just to... Alright, so I've had a little bit of a setback, so to say, but I'm back on the road to perdition here, in that I'm having to improvise to keep this, because there used to be a bushing here, is the best I can tell, and that it was like this, and it fit on here like this, and the inside of this bushing kept this stem centered in the center of the roller here, like that. That's how I think this was. But be that as it may, and I don't have those bushings, and I'm not going to wait for them at this point in time. I'm improvising. So put a little bit of tape on that to see if that will keep that in there. And I think that'll work. Alright, so I'm going to get another little piece of tape and do the same thing for the other side. Did I put my tape back already? Hope I didn't. No, I didn't. And then I had a visitor of I had one of these like freaking mega sized wasps come in here. It wasn't a cicada killer, it was like one of these giant hornets or wasps. Oh man, God bless it, Chris. Could you make that any more bullshit? I thought I heard something buzzing around in here. I got my earbuds in. I thought I heard something buzzing around and turned my music down, and I looked up and there it was. So I gave it a little bit of, I don't know what is going on here now. I just did this. Frick. Blade has gotten chunked up, broke up. Doing this just so that piece of that bushing I have left, I can push it onto here and it won't slip all the way back up. And it keeps it plumb in there. That is better than what it was. That's 1000% sure. There we go. Perfect? No. Better? Yes. These things were just wobbling around in here before. Wallering. To do spray some silicone on this. Hey.
Hey. How's it going, eh?
Yeah. Alright. So I got these doohickeys on. These are kind of a bitch to get on, actually. These little scrubbers. But I also got the roly-polies on. And so I might have to see if that screw needs to go in further on here. I was gonna order new gear and 2 new bushings for inside here, but I opted not to because I just need to get this back in the pool so we can get the pool closed up on the 22nd. Then when I pull it back out, I may order this stuff and pull these things apart again and get them back together, you know, with the bushings and the gears proper. But for right now, to get it back in the pool, to get the pool cleaned before it gets closed on the 22nd, this will work. But these things were kind of a pain in the ass to get on there, that's for sure. Get those little nubs through there. You didn't think it'd be a bitch, but it is. All right, well, let me put you on my head here. Or I should say, I'm going to put the camera on my head. Talking to like 3 people in the world that will ever watch this. And I need to check the screw on that. And then I can put it back together. All together now. I think I got that one replaced. I've been having to fuss around with them a little bit, but finally got them. There's little clips, you'll see. And the clips for these ones are up underneath there, so I had to use a Phillips and go up from underneath and push that clip in and beat it out, or not beat it, tap it out so it would start to come out, and voila. So here's my test is, so this is the bushing that's on there, right? And you can see up here that it's pretty wibbly wobbly. It weebles and it wobbles. But now the new one, which has got like a gazillion staples in it. Come on, man. So this is a Polaris number for these bushings, and this is a 9550 Sport. So this is the new one, not nearly as wibbly wobbly. So that's the clip that I was talking about, and that clip for these ones is straight down. And you do need to clock them that way. Let's clock it this way. And there's little grooves, tongue and groove. There we go. So that's in, and those are much better. Much better. Right on. So now we'll do the front. And these guys were pretty wonky as well. Friday night. Friday. And because I gotta put this together. I got a lot to do. I'll be painting barn roofs this weekend. I got some goodies to show. Some sealant. Not cheap either, but I guess it's, there we go. Much better shape. Much better. Alright, so. Okay, and I have the cord, the new cord in that body. So now I gotta remember what goes in when. But I do know I gotta put that thing, that cord into here. I need to clean off this. I need to clean this doohickey off a little bit. Alright, so I'm gonna clean this thing off and I will be back. Alrighty, so I got that fitting scraped off a bit, and I'm probably gonna use this to put a little bit just around it. Hopefully I won't be breaking into this anytime soon. So, and if we move, I'll leave this with the house, because I'll want to get something new. And so I got these new gears. I'm just gonna put some of this on here because it looks like that's might have what. I don't know if these things just got burned up or what, but I'm not too sure what. Oh man, I don't have any more. I don't have any more Q-tips out here. Although with my hair these days, how gray it is, and I look like a human Q-tip when my hair gets long now. What hair I have left, my one hair, literally, I think I have like one hair. So this, I think, goes like this. Or do I put this top one on first and then put that on and do the bottom? Because if that's the case, it might be easier to put this on the bench and put the frame on it upside down so this stuff doesn't keep falling out. I think, let me try that. The dog's out there yipping. This is what happens when you got just freaking clutter. This typically is not me. How this place is just cluttered. It's just, this place, I gotta admit, is a bit overwhelming. I haven't been working on cars at all. I mean, I got the Torino 540 sitting here. I got its transmission back there. I got its rear end back there. I haven't done shit with it. Stuff. I'm just trying to keep afloat with this joint. these other screws are the same length, except I got that small one and that small one. That might be, aha, for that doohickey. That little one is for that doohickey. Right there. Okay. So what about this other oddball guy? I don't think, oh, this one. Is it an oddball one? Or is it the same? Nah, it's the same. Right on. I got one oddball and I know where it goes. I'm back on the road to perdition. So now I can put this on, which means I can see about how to get some of this goop out of here. Just a wee bit on there. Pretty much just poked a hole in it. I'm not gonna use it again, so I hate about stuff like that, man. I wish I made quantities in smaller tubes and things, so you don't have to. Okay. There we go. There. Viola. Voila. All right, the handle, because it's got such little room here, it was kind of a, I got waspy spray in here because I was getting kind of encroached on last night by one of these giant, I don't know what they call them, Asian hornets. And the thing was, I could hear it through my earbuds. And I'm like, what the heck? Turned my music off, and the thing was up here by my light, up above. And I'm like, what the hell, thing? It's like when you can hear something flying through your earbuds and music, you know that it's... Yeah, see, I like this. I'll be back here. I got it down there deep enough to where I could get this in there. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Maybe the lessons learned there is put these things on last. If you only knew. Alright, so now the little guts. That's a good thing. Basket. Where did I put the basket? I put it somewhere obvious. So obvious now I can't find it. Where did I put the basket? Right there. Anybody that was watching this video, watching me look around for it, was probably going, it's right there. Alright, well, I think I have it all back together with a new cord, some new hardware. Alright, I think it'll be good to give a test. Okay, we'll put it down here for right now. I think it's good. I'll just leave this up here. These probably didn't need to be replaced, but I did it anyway. I wasn't really sure. Honestly, I wasn't even sure what I was getting with these ones when I bought them. I actually thought they went in a different location, but they went right where they're supposed to go, not where I think they should go. It's the thing with people sometimes, especially working with, you know, computer systems. People often think, well, it should do this. And it's like, well, what it should do and what all those zeros and ones are programmed to tell it to do are maybe two different things. But sometimes folks just, I gotta tell people, clients, well, I can appreciate what you think it should do, but it's going to do what it's programmed to do. Well, if it's programmed properly. Sometimes you have undocumented features, but anyway, enough of that hubbubaloo. All right, so next thing with this will be testing it. Dust. Happy little Polaris. No code 10. Cord works. Wheels, everything are all much tighter and functioning. Didn't realize I was going to have to basically strip that thing down to bare bones, but not just for the cord, but for other crap I found broke. But there's the happy little Polaris 9550 sporting about. And another episode comes to an end. Goodbye, little Polaris. Can you come up and visit? Aww. Little Polaris is coming up to say hello. Hello, Mr. Polaris. Aw, aren't you just special? Wheels are not flopping about. There he goes back.